You are about to enter a world of dreamscapes and nightmares. A world where the surreal is real, and you will encounter things humanity was never meant to know. Prepare to have your fragile illusions of reality shattered as you cross over into the nightmare realm.
The Titan transmissions. What you're about to hear is classified. If you do not have the proper security clearance to listen to this, stop the recording and destroy it immediately. On September 13th, 2013, NASA scientists were shocked to receive satellite photos from the Po-2 deep space probe as it passed Saturn's moon Titan. The photos showed an area of what looked to be flowing surface water, with structures too smooth and symmetrical to be natural nearby. A multinational effort was launched with the objective to send a manned mission to Titan to investigate the potential for life to exist there. On October 13th, 2017, an experimental shuttle, the Derleth-1, was launched to Titan. The crew was kept small, with just enough personnel to operate the experimental craft. The crew consisted of Captain Roger Harmon from the United States, First Officer Commander Sasha Petrov from Russia, Chief Engineering Officer Lieutenant Commander Ming Li from China, Engineering Officer Lieutenant Pavel Kustinov from Russia, Communications Officer Lieutenant Kota Serizawa from Japan, Chief Science Officer Dr. Daisuke Jin from Japan, Science Officer Dr. Kaida Yoshida from Japan, Science Officer Dr. Norval Blake from the United Kingdom, Science Officer Dr. Jennifer Collins from the United States, Science Officer Dr. Katerina Sokolov from Russia, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sharon Kirkpatrick from the United Kingdom, Medical Officer Dr. Sean McNamara from the United States, and Security Officer Lieutenant Commander Dalton Grant from the United States. Even with advances made in propulsion technology, the trip would take approximately 5.5 years to make. The crew was placed in stasis for the majority of the voyage. The Derleth-1 successfully arrived at Titan, and the crew emerged from stasis on January 13th, 2023. The crew sent a few transmissions back to Earth during their mission. These are those transmissions.
Hello, ground control. This is Captain Roger Harmon from the Derleth-1. It is Friday, January 13th, 2023, 1:34 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. I know it will take some time for this to reach you back on Earth, but we have successfully arrived at Titan. We are in orbit, and the engineering team is doing a system check. Once we know everything is in working order, we'll begin preparing the first stage of the mission. Harmon out. Ground control. This is Captain Roger Harmon from the Derleth-1. It is Friday, January 13th, 2023, 11:34 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Our first team has been dispatched to the surface, consisting of Dr. Blake, Dr. Yoshida, Dr. Sokolov, and Dr. McNamara. I really wanted to lead the away team myself, but Commander Petrov convinced me that I was needed up here on the Derleth-1. I'll report back once the away team returns and reports in. Harmon out.
Hello, ground control. This is Dr. Daisuke Jin. It is February 13th, 2023, 3:22 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Our first team returned from the site and confirmed there is indeed a lake consisting of a strange green liquid which seems to be a little thicker than water. They brought back samples, which we are running tests on in a lab. We are looking specifically for any traces of biological material. I will report back the results as soon as I have analyzed them. Jin out.
This is Commander Sasha Petrov, reporting into ground control. We sent out in a second expedition to the site. This time, Captain Harmon ignored my advice and accompanied the team. The away team consisted of mostly the same crew members. Dr. Blake stayed behind to continue tests on the acquired samples and was replaced by Dr. Collins. When Captain Harmon insisted on going, I had Lieutenant Commander Grant accompany the landing party as well. During their examination of the site, Dr. Collins lost her balance and fell into the leak. Captain Harmon was closest in that to her, but his suit integrity was compromised. He must have damaged his suit on a rock or some other debris. Thanks to the quick actions of Lieutenant Commander Grant, the suit was quickly patched and the captain was brought back to the ship. He is currently in quarantine in the medbay for observation, as some of the unknown fluid did make it inside his suit, exposing him to God only knows what. Petrov out.
Derlith 1 medical log. This is Dr. Sharon Kirkpatrick. The results of Captain Harmon's test results have shown the presence of an unidentified viral organism. I am going to consult with Dr. Jin about the science team's analysis of the fluid and ask him to search for the presence of the same viral organism. I will report more once there is more to report. Kirkpatrick out.
Ground control, this is Dr. Daisuke Jin. Dr. Kirkpatrick came to see me and told me she found a viral organism in Captain Harmon's blood. She asked me to check the sample from the site for the same organism. I ran the test, and I did indeed find the same viral organism. This is incredible. This is undeniable proof that there is life right here on Titan. It may be just a virus, but it's life. I'll be reporting my findings to Commander Petrov immediately. Jin out.
This is Commander Sasha Petrov. I just had Dr. Kirkpatrick and Dr. Jin both come to me and inform me that they have found an unknown virus in Captain Harmon's blood and the same virus in the fluid sample from Titan. I ordered them to keep the captain in isolation for the safety of the rest of the crew. We have agreed Harmon is not fit for duty, and I will be taking over command as the next senior officer. We will continue to...
Commander, come quick. It's Captain Harmon.
Petrov out.
Ground Control, this is Lieutenant Commander Dalton Grant, Chief of Security and Acting Captain. I responded to an alert on Medbay. When I got there, Captain Harmon had broken out of his containment pod. Dr. Collins was there visiting him. Apparently, they have a bit of a history. When he got free, he took Dr. Collins hostage and demanded that Dr. Kirkpatrick let him out. She sent Dr. McNamara to get me and Commander Petrov. I arrived just after the commander, who was trying to talk Harmon down, but he was insisting on being taken to the shuttle bay. I don't know where he thought he was going, but he didn't seem to be in his right mind. When the commander wouldn't concede to his demands, he snapped Dr. Collins' neck. And as her body dropped lifelessly to the ground, we lunged at Commander Petrov. I had no choice. I was forced to shoot. And Harmon didn't survive. Some of the captain's blood sprayed onto the commander, and since we don't know how this virus operates, she's now in isolation. I'll report in as the situation develops. Grant out.
Ground Control, this is Dr. Daisuke Jin. It has been a few days since the incident with the captain and Dr. Collins. I spoke with Lieutenant Commander Grant about whether we should abort and head back to Earth. He convinced me that what we discover here may be too important to just walk away from. We sent down another research party yesterday. We sent Dr. Yoshida, Dr. Sokolov, and Dr. Blake. Lieutenant Commander Grant accompanied them to provide security. They have not yet returned or responded to any attempts at communication. They are presumed dead. I will be going down to Titan myself shortly to look for them. When I return to the ship, we're aborting this mission and returning home. Jin out.
Things have gone horribly wrong. This is Dr. Sean McNamara. The missing party came back with Dr. Jin, but none of them were them. Lieutenant Kustinov was the first one they encountered on their way to the med bay. Before he even knew what was going on, they just ripped him apart. Then, they released Commander Petrov of the med bay. They are attempting to take control of the ship, but we can't let them bring this virus back to Earth. We have a plan to stop them. Oh no, they're here. They're trying to get onto the bridge and take control of the ship and lock me here alone. There are only 3 of us left. Lieutenant Commander Lee and Lieutenant Serizawa have made their way back to engineering. The plan is to disable our engine's coolant system and overload it. We are going to destroy the Derlith 1 to keep Earth safe. We can't let them get to you. And I need to warn you, do not send any more missions here to Titan. And do not come looking for us. Earth is not ready for what you'll find. Oh no, they're getting in. We're out of time. Blow the ship.
Dr. McNamara, I believe you're in my seat.
Blow the ship.
I hope you've enjoyed your journey into the Nightmare Realm. Congratulations. You've returned to the safety of the real world. Haven't you?